Read N3AIA and in his ham shack, and you're seeing a shot of the Apple II computer that is used for amateur radio purposes. Doug, could you explain a little further what this system does?
Okay, John. It's an Apple II Plus. It's on the air 24 hours a day, basically 7 days a week except when I use it, and it's being used at this point by not only amateurs in the York area but also in about 2 or 3 other states. We have users from Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Delaware, and New Jersey on the system at this point.
Well, how does this interface with hamming, and how does it connect with personal computer users?
Well, first of all, the system itself has a software package. There's several on the market. This particular package is a very, very sophisticated data transfer or message transfer system. It allows remote users to get into the system, access the computer, leave messages, programs, etc., etc., for others to retrieve at a later date.
Okay, it's very interesting. Well, how do you attach to other personal computers? What method?
Basically, you'll notice on the top there's several switches, of course, the familiar joysticks and paddles and stuff for games. One of those plugs runs around behind some of the other stuff here and runs to a modem or a modulator-demodulator.
Okay, so some of these gadgets over here are the interface for this system, I take it, Doug. Would you explain what does what there?
Well, basically, simply speaking, there's wiring that runs from the Apple computer around the wall here, and it runs to this unit here, which is a modem or a modulator-demodulator. That means the data that is either received or transmitted by the computer is modulated or demodulated through this unit, and it is either received or transmitted by this unit here, which is a 2-meter FM transceiver.
Well,
chair out of the way here.
The computer then does the actual switching remotely without your operation here at all.
Yeah, that's correct. I don't really have to be here.
Well, what's the monitor in the center there?
This is a redundant system. This is very similar to what you may find in some of the homes of some of the other amateurs that are using the system. This allows me to monitor what's going on in the system at any time I come down. I can watch what's going on.
That's fine.
Okay, so what happens is a remote user sends a specific code, and it's received by the 2-meter rig, and it is picked up and demodulated by the modem. It is transferred over in the form of serial information to the computer. The computer then responds. Well, the system just came up. Maybe somebody will be using it. The computer then responds with an answer back message. They log on, etc. Okay, go. Okay, what happens here is a remote user from wherever via amateur radio sends a specific code through that is picked up by the 2-meter receiver. It is demodulated here by the modem. It is sent back in. Information is then sent to the computer, and at that time the computer responds with an answer back message. Okay, signals are received on the 2-meter receiver. Oh, there's somebody now, as a matter of fact. Somebody just brought the system up. A person just sent the code here, which brings the system up, and it was demodulated by this, sent back to the computer. You can see it's now come on the air and died. There we are. And somebody's in the process of logging on.
This comes from a repeater located over WGAL.
Right. Mm-hmm. The Apple is transmitting a signal via the 2-meter rig. Now, whoever this is will now log in. He's been asked to log in by entering his call sign. There, he just logged in, and you probably heard the click. That's a relay that is activated by the Apple. It recognized the code here, and it's now giving the message that the disk operating systems are being activated, which they are. The disk drive 1 is turning right now, and it says K3DCC is logged to disk in the system at 11:48 Eastern Standard Time on the 3rd of September. And all right, he's just now called up the system directory, which is the general message portion of the system. There are approximately 47 different areas of this system. It's been highly modified. There are computer programs, information relevant to weather, news, etc. All this is the message, what we call the message portion of the system. This is where people leave messages for one another or leave programs. And this is only one portion of the system.
This is used over a wide area, as you said before.
We have users in Delaware, in the eastern portion of Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia area. We have a lot of users in Maryland. There are users in West Virginia, Virginia, and of course, obviously, central Pennsylvania here. There's a large group of users.
This is apparently the menu that is what is really in the file, right?
Yeah, that's what's in the message file right now. That's just open message information. Right now there's 9 messages on it.
Mentioning York Hamfest Computer Fest ATV conference.
Yeah, that's from the flyer. It was taken off there. Anybody logging on the system could bring that message up. And he apparently didn't see anything he wanted, so he sent the :by, BYE, which is a sign-off command. And now it'll say K3DCC logged off the system, and then it'll say what time, 11:49.
That's pretty interesting. This is all done via ham radio.
Yes, every bit of it. Get a better idea what's going on this screen, because if you were to watch the Apple, you really don't see much going on there other than you hear beeps and boops and you see the drive spinning, but that's about all. Okay.
I think that's... Oh, he's still taking...
Okay.